So close for Tielemans and Leicester City. He scored that wonder goal against Wolverhampton Wanderers last weekend, I should say, last Sunday. Well, this would have bettered that and then some. Stones now clips it across towards Grealish. Up against Castagna. It's got Cancelo making the overlap. Instead, Grealish uses him. Cancelo checks back and then does receive the ball. Little step over, but he's under pressure from Maddison. It's got the outlet of Laporte. Now Akanji in a central position. And so he's just popping away. A few passes, causing no notable concern to Leicester at the moment. They don't need to push too hard for a goal. They have their lead. It's already been a much better second half than we saw in the first. Laporte looking for some kind of movement. There's the run from Alvarez. Didn't make its way to him. It's made its way out to Silva instead. De Bruyne has gone on the outside. Bernardo Silva used it and tried to cross it infield with his left foot. Headed away first by Sonchu and then helped on by Mendy. Castagna looks to go on the outside. It looked like he was bundled to the floor. Referee waves play on, and here goes Cancelo. Infield. Works onto his left foot. De Bruyne with a strike this time. He didn't get anything of it. Sonchu. He caught it on the tip of his toe. He's hobbling. Wanted the ball played out of play. Manchester City have carried on. It's Cancelo. Now Rodri. Kanji. Manchester City working it from the far side to this near side. Well, that's where Akanji's looking, and eventually he does play it to Bernardo Silva. Walking pace football from the champions. Laporte takes it into a stride and breaks into a slow jog. It's Gundogan. First time there from him, back to Laporte. Cancelo. Kanji. Looking forwards. Once again, this defensive shape from Leicester City, solid, and any time Manchester City have been able to break those from that free kick from that set piece. Kanji to Rodri. And Grealish to Cancelo. Manchester City with the ball on the far side of the pitch. Still no space opening up. Leicester City players sticking to their task. Kanji. Now Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne's the furthest out this way. Bernardo Silva just passed it on to him and raised his hands in the air and said, "What am I supposed to do?" No movement. Switch of play from De Bruyne. To Cancelo. Whips into the box. It's flicked on. That'll be a goal kick. Grealish got his head to it. Wanted to claim that it came off Sonchu, but didn't. And Leicester City will have that goal kick. I was expecting to read a still about Kevin De Bruyne that he needs just one more assist. He's one of the first player in Premier League history to get 10 assists before the end of October. That is still the case. But you'd argue he's gone one better than that with his stunning goal here that separates the two teams as we come here really close to the hour mark here on the eve of Halloween. Leicester City do have a penchant for scoring against Manchester City. 17 in total. It's more than any other Premier League club since Pep Guardiola took over. Vardy not happy with the decision against him there, and can't repeat what he said to the referee, but it wasn't pleasant. It was time to get on with it. And Manchester City have got on with it. Bernardo Silva looking to get into the area. He's stopped in his tracks by Sonchu. Tries to feed it down the line. It's blocked off by De Bruyne. Now here's Stones. Rodri. Stones again, in the middle of the park, out to Bernardo Silva's got a space to go on the outside. Back heel. De Bruyne tries to pick out a cross, and on this occasion he's off target. Danny Ward bowls the ball out. Mendy, Tielemans. Now Fars as the chance of a quick break is over. It's out with Justin. And under pressure, just lays it back into the pathway of Sionchu. No way out for Leicester City, who are passing the ball around on the edge of their own third. And as I say, that Fars puts the ball straight out of play, trying to find Amate. Manchester City putting the pressure on. Brendan Rodgers over on the far side trying to urge encouragement for his team. So Manchester City continue their stranglehold on this game with the goal advantage courtesy of Kevin De Bruyne's fourth of the season. You wondered who was going to get the goals in the absence of Erling Haaland. Here's Akanji, just outside the edge of the Leicester City centre circle, helps it on to De Bruyne. De Bruyne looking ahead for options to play a pass. Instead comes infield to John Stones. Certainly Man City can afford to be patient as they switch play out to Cancelo, who's got time to chest the ball into the air and bring it down. Grealish to Stones. Stones hit that quick pass into the feet of De Bruyne on the edge of the air. Instead, he plays it out to De Bruyne. His switch of play finds Cancelo, who's got space to whip it across, and it goes all the way through to Bernardo Silva, who's completely unmarked at the back post. He wasn't expecting it, and I can't believe no one got a touch on it. Cancelo, first touch cushioned it out so he could whip it into the box, and it just needed a finish from Bernardo Silva. That finish was lacking. Let's see. Still a big few games to come. City, of course, qualified already for the next round of the Champions League. That will make their midweek game against Seville a bit easier. That's wonderful footwork from Barnes. Barnes looking to run and charge towards the Manchester City penalty area. Stones stuck to his task and plays it off the young England potential candidates. That'll be Barnes out for a Manchester City goal kick. He's going to need something like that from Leicester City. He's going to need some kind of injection of quality. Someone take a risk, someone take on a man. A couple of times on the break they've looked dangerous. It's been few and far between for Leicester, and Manchester City are going to surely take less risks now, holding this goal lead. But before the break, they've got Fulham and Brentford at home. Manchester City, as they'll look to achieve maximum points and keep pressure. The current league leaders, Arsenal. So we'll throw in that League Cup game at home to Chelsea as well. Leicester City, Everton and West Ham away. Await them with a home tie against Newport County in the League Cup. They look to get themselves in a comfortable mid-table position as we take that long break for the World Cup. Manchester City have the ball with De Bruyne. Infield towards Stones, who's more like a number 8 than a number 5. Here he is again. Rodri. Man City happy just to pass the ball from left to right, keep possession. Kanji carry it forwards. De Bruyne. Outside of the boot, that's a lovely ball to Cancelo. Just curled it beautifully. beautifully. It's not quite such a easeful touch and just allowed Madison to clear his lines. Grealish under pressure. Wanted a free kick, will settle for the throw-in, which he takes quickly. Like a foul throw to me. Not given. This time layoff from Stones into the path of Akanji. Leicester once again retreat all 11 players back into their own final third. You have to think if they have any aspirations of getting anything from this game, they're going to have to push on and take some kind of risk. There's a saying in the NFL, bend but don't break. This is certainly the policy that Leicester City are using. Grealish to work a bit of magic. He's forced backwards. Rodri to Stones. Landing in his face, he helps onto Akanji. Stones carried on his running. He's in the right wing position there. Laporte. Cancelo. Under pressure from Madison. Man City falls into a couple of quick passes, but they deal with it quickly and proficiently. De Bruyne back to Akanji. Thought about the switch of play instead. Plays it back to the Belgium on this side, and he's picked out a wonderful ball for Bernardo Silva. Got there first, but couldn't really do anything with it. Tielemans is brought down there, and that's going to be a yellow card surely for De Bruyne. Got it all wrong. Completely took out the Leicester City captain. Referee's just telling him to calm down. First glance, it looked an awful challenge. And for my money, he's very lucky to get away with not getting a yellow card. I sometimes wonder whether reputation sometimes gives players a favourable decision. You shouldn't think that, but on that occasion, I think it would have been the other way around. Tielemans may well have seen yellow card. Listen, who's barely had involvement apart from that save from Barnes in the first half. Is it off as Manchester City start a rare attack from deep in their own half? Kanji carry the ball forwards, away off from Stones. Kanji again. De Bruyne taking no risks. First time left back to Ederson. He got floored by Jamie Vardy. Back up on his feet as the ball is played over the top and flag has stayed down. Cancelo. Twist and turn, gets past one, gets past two, but can't get past Amate. Then Madison looked like he dribbled into trouble, found Barnes. Barnes plays one through. The free kick is going to be for the push in the back of Justin by Rodri. Here goes Justin for Leicester City. There's Mendy. Back to Fars. There's space on the far side now for Castagna. Still with a rare spell of possession. To get their way into the Manchester City half. Sionchu. Mendy. From Amate to Castagna. Man City players are swarming round as soon as Leicester get near the halfway line. Sionchu thinks about the switch of play and then plays a long ball over the top looking for Madison. Nearly, but not quite. Madison, and the intelligent run coming off the right, getting in behind the two centre-backs, and the pass just needed a bit of better quality. De Bruyne to Leicester territory, being held up by Barnes momentarily. Rodri, give and go. Gundogan. Silva to De Bruyne. Just as he's passing the ball around from the halfway line. Kanji to De Bruyne. Surveys the options ahead of him. He's got two players making a deep run. One didn't like either of them. Just fizzed one back towards Laporte. Cancelo on the outside, and there's Jack Grealish even further on the outside on the touchline. But those two now switch places, which has created the space for Cancelo. Grealish would have been in, but Cancelo been able to play rather tight pass through the eye of a needle. He's already done it once or twice. Stones takes over in the middle of the park. De Bruyne's made the run on ahead. Stones couldn't find him. Justin to Mendy, to Barnes. Leicester try and play quick passes to play their way out of the half, and they've given possession straight back to Manchester City. It's Gundogan. Grealish wants it, gets it eventually, but by the time Gundogan had passed it to him, just allowed all the Leicester players to regroup and get back, and Vardy nipping in at the heels of Rodri. And City will start again with Laporte, who's 5 yards inside the Leicester City half. There's 20 minutes to go here at the King Power Stadium. It's Leicester City 0, Manchester City 1 as it stands. Manchester City will go to the summit, to the top of the Premier League, leap from Arsenal ahead of their game against Chelsea tomorrow lunchtime. Manchester City won here 3 successive occasions without conceding a goal. Make it 4 on the bounce. It's a far cry from the last time these two teams met on Boxing Day. It was at the City of Manchester Stadium. Jack Grealish wins a corner, does he? Referee's given a goal kick. I'm pretty sure Marty got the last touch on that one. Just saying, the last time these two teams met was at the City of Manchester Stadium, Boxing Day. 6-3 the scoreline on that occasion. A pretty special end to the game if we get anywhere near there. It's a double change. It's a double attacking change for Leicester City. Sionchu and Vardy are off for Daka and Iheanacho. So 2 up top. And Manchester City going to make a change as well. Ruben Diaz going to come on for Akanji. So plenty of changes being made. This is quite common. All the subs that are being allowed now. Iheanacho, of course, the former Manchester City player. How will he fare? Once again, Leicester almost play themselves into trouble. Ward under pressure, just about gets down his feet, and this time ball is kept in play by Castagne, who plays a nice little give and go. Mendy under pressure, skipped away from the challenge of Gundogan, up towards the feet, and there's the first touch for Daka. Iheanacho's made the run on ahead of him, and there's the first touch for Diaz, who, called as you like, just calmly read the play, read the run, clears his lines, but Leicester City players are buoyed by that. That's much better purpose, a much better intent. I think they'll like the change from the manager. It shows that he's not happy just to settle for losing a goal to nil. Let's change things up. Presume will be a back 4 now. It's Barnes looks to take it on this near side. He's got Maddison up ahead of him. Maddison, lovely ball in field. Little layoff from Daka. Iheanacho made the run again. Maddison just slipped as he went to play the pass, and it's picked off by Grealish. He goes down as if he's been shot, and no doubt it was a foul. Just not sure if the theatrics needed at the end of it. Free kick being given. He's the felon in this occasion. to Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz was the Player of the Year seasons ago. Now it's Leicester City forcing Manchester City back, and that's a loose pass from Laporte. Diaz just gets there underneath it and just to have fouled Barnes. I thought it was going to go the other way, but the decision has gone the way of Leicester City. Diaz certainly was looking at the ball. He got to the ball. Barnes ran underneath him. Free kick has gone against the Manchester City man, presumably for a high foot. De Bruyne once again having a word with the referee, but now is the chance for Maddison to show his quality. Maybe show his credentials ahead of possible selection. Gareth Southgate's squad going to the World Cup in Qatar in just a couple of short weeks' time. Free kick taken in the edge of the 18-yard box. Whipped in. There's a Daka, I think he was falling on the floor. It's cleared away. Leicester City will have to settle for a throw-in. And Nacho's just asking the question. He feels he was grappled there. Saw him go to the floor. Didn't see who had gone to the floor, but it was Nacho who had gone to the floor. VAR have checked it. It's going to play on. So the replay of that incident to exactly what went on there. Saul was in a heap, and that's again from Leicester. It's a poor pass for Ward. He had to deal with it and push it out and just put it straight out of play as Manchester City are preparing to bring on Phil Foden. Edison, the ball at his feet, rolls it out just at the edge of his own area. Ruben Diaz taking a risk with Daka chasing. Daka really is putting the pressure on. There's a bit of life and a bit of zest, and they forced the mistake at the turnover. And here's Maddison through to Iheanacho! Oh, it's taken a save. Or did it take it? It was just a bad miss hit. I thought it must have taken a deflection, given where the ball went, but I think it was just a bad shot in the end. Maddison feeds it through to Iheanacho. Oh, and he did just get it all wrong. I think he hit it off one foot and it came off the other. That was the chance for Leicester City to get an equaliser in this game. Foden is going to come on, and it's Alvarez, the man who's going to be replaced. It's been a quiet afternoon for the man signed from River Plate. He hasn't lived up to the expectations placed on his shoulders, certainly given the absence of Haaland this afternoon. Phil Foden has been fine form himself, is on the pitch, and Manchester City look to break quickly. De Bruyne out to Silva, into the area. Silva works onto his left foot, tries to poke it out. That's a really good interception. Justin, who got a foot in there. De Bruyne tries to keep it alive against Mendy. Mendy gets a foot in, headed forwards. Mendy once again gets a foot in. There's a touch for Bernardo Silva, back to Diaz. There's a bit more of a fight about this game now as Laporte helps it across to Cancelo. Kept a bit deeper. There's Stones. Stones wanting some movement in the middle of the park. It wasn't forthcoming. Leicester are pressing, making things a bit more difficult. Manchester City. Just over 12 minutes to go here at the King Power Stadium. Tentatively poised. Manchester City with a goal advantage courtesy. Wonderful free kick from Kevin De Bruyne. Chip ball over the top. Arte does brilliantly to read that, and then hits it into the path of Fars, who had to slide just to get his foot on it. Important he did as Foden was in close attention. Manchester City giving away a throw-in. Suddenly the crowd sense they can get something out of this game. Leicester City 0, Manchester City 1. As it stands, champions will be going back to the top of the Premier League as Tielemans just receiving some treatment. So he's got a bloody nose down there on the pitch. Still certainly hoping he doesn't have to go off for any reason. He's solid in the middle of the park, organising his team along with Arsenal Marte. Back for Leicester, they've been organised, they've made it difficult for Manchester City. Open play restricting them to nearly half chances. It's taken a moment of magic to separate these two teams. That Kevin De Bruyne free kick is something really special. Certainly a goal that is worthy of winning a game. Guardiola just giving some instructions to Cancelo as Tielemans wants to wait to come onto the pitch. Stanya towards Daka. Rodri almost lost out to Iheanacho. It's going to break for Justin. Justin to Maddison. Maddison just took a little nick off Rodri. Manchester City can break with De Bruyne. Lovely first time ball looking for Foden. Ward this time out of his goal. Clears it long. Some bodies up there now to make it difficult. Manchester City give away a corner, give away a throw-in. It's interesting there though, the running in behind from Foden was more than we saw from Alvarez in the 70-odd minutes he was on the pitch. Here's Barnes. The ball fed through well by Maddison. Fars puts it on. It's Castagna on the far side, looking to take on Gundogan. Ball in field, finds a way to Maddison on the edge of the area. He thought about the shot. Justin then does take it there from goal. And it's a chip shot that is some fan souvenir. It goes high into the stands, but better from Leicester City. Can they keep this up for the remaining 10 minutes or so, including stoppage time? Himself something out of this game. Laporte flips it forwards over the head of Grealish. Lovely little back heel from Iheanacho. Maddison has his head in his hands. Didn't quite come off. Man City, and that's a free kick, is it? Yes, the assist on that far side flag. The referee belatedly gave it against Gundogan. Tielemans, who looked to nip in, and Gundogan just got caught, entangled in his legs, and it's another great position for a free kick from Leicester City. They had one from the opposite side of this. It's level with the edge of the 18-yard box. That's 6 yards in from the touchline, but this one's on the far side. It's going to be an outswinger from Maddison with his right foot on this occasion. Plenty of blue shirts in the box, 7 I count. Lurking on the edge. Tielemans, of course. Mendy. Two-man Manchester City wall. By Maddison, it's flicked on and it's over the top. And it's Castagna, I think, likeliest of players who got the final touch, and it's going to be a free header. A little flick on the way through, and Castagna's head just came off his shoulder as well. Listen, would have been rooted to the spot, and really, that's a golden opportunity. Be kicking himself, he's not done better. Ferguson goes long with his kick. Tom by Grealish. It's picked up in the middle of the park by Bernardo Silva. Stayed down against Foden. His play is that forward front man, Grealish. That's footwork from him. Away from the attention of Tielemans. Cancelo, Grealish. No intention of carrying the ball into the box. Man City playing a little bit of quick kick ball in the Leicester City final third, or that was their intention. Fars gets it away. Get back in by Laporte. Castagna can only head it as far as Rodri. It's De Bruyne. Now Silva under pressure. Just about gets there ahead of Iheanacho. Diaz just scoops the ball out to the far side with Cancelo. Now Laporte, Leicester forcing Manchester City back. As we're approaching the final 5 minutes here. You wonder, headed chance a couple of moments ago was the chance for Leicester City. Strong play from Tielemans. Free. Waves play on as Fars picks up the loose ball. Mendy under pressure from De Bruyne, forced to go all the way back to his goalkeeper. De Bruyne wanting Manchester City to keep pressing. Foden duly obliges. Tielemans out to Castagna. Tielemans gets the return and looks to play one into the channel for Daka. Does well to hold up the play. Clips into the box. Iheanacho! Oh, I don't think he was expecting it to come to him. And it was straight at Ederson. Clipped in. I don't know what Diaz was doing at the back there, floating her foot at it. That was a chance for Leicester City, and maybe they can get something from this game. At the other end now, clip forward and doing his defensive work at the other end is Castagna, blocking the cross of Grealish. It's a corner at the other end. It's time for Manchester City. Grealish in absolutely no rush to take this one. It's a reminder that a win here for Manchester City would see them up to the top of the table. The corner's taken short. It's Cancelo from the edge of the area. And that was a couple of yards wide. Speculative. One of those at first glance you thought was going to turn into be a perler. And then you see it continue its trajectory high and wide. Lovely bit of hold-up play initially from Daka, and he's running away from Gundogan, has he? And Gundogan's gone down, and the free kick has been given against the Leicester City, much to his frustration. Gundogan did rather throw himself to the floor, as you see the replay of that incident. Manchester City just with 3 minutes then to hold out. It's a loose slip from Rodri and invited some pressure, and the free kick not given against Maddison. Iheanacho works onto his right foot, low strike. He didn't really get enough power. A comfortable low save from Ederson. He had options around him. In fact, it was a brilliant tackle from Maddison on Laporte. Iheanacho had two brilliant passes, or two brilliant options, I should say, for a pass. One of them for Barnes, one for Daka. He chose to go alone. Didn't get the power on. And Manchester City survive. And that's a needless push in the back from Amate on Foden. It's just gifted Manchester City a free kick midway inside the Leicester half. Two hands in the back, right by the referee. Stupid play. Time is creeping in at the end of this one. Let's get the urgency to get the ball and get an attack, but you've got to do it the right way. put your team in jeopardy. De Bruyne clips one. Looking for the run of Foden. Just to clip it away out for a throw-in. Manchester City again just taking their time. Running the clock down. Cancelo thrown towards the feet of Foden. Can only give possession back to Tielemans, but Leicester are penned in, and the long ball forward is going to be picked up by Laporte, who takes no risk. Tielemans with a lovely first-time ball for Iheanacho. Iheanacho to Maddison. Maddison tries to feed it through to Daka. Fed it through too much, and Ederson will wait to the last possible moment before picking it up. Into the final minute here. De Bruyne currently looking like the match winner. Wait to see the signal for injury time. It's Justin. Falls back towards his own goal. Fars clips it. That's a really loose pass, and that's giving it straight towards Grealish. Grealish, rather than go towards goal, it's towards the corner flag. It's very un-Manchester City. I think Grealish gives the free kick away, and there's going to be 3 additional minutes at the end of the 93 minutes for Leicester to maybe fashion one last opportunity. Ward is urging all of his players forwards, and he's going to go long. Certainly giving it a go. The game plan was there for 70 minutes. They've made the changes. They've had opportunities. Iheanacho, the couple and that header from the fullback, Castagna. Free kick given against Tielemans, just inside the Manchester City half. Tielemans was going to take it quickly instead. He's going to allow his players to get in position. 1 minute of the 3 additional plays. Manchester City hold the line 5 yards or so outside the edge of their own 18 as Tielemans looks to deliver towards the edge of the 18-yard box. It's easily headed away by Rodri, but only back as far as Tielemans. He takes it in stride, then puts in a rather nice-looking ball. It's come off the back of the head of Laporte, and, well, it was headed away by Stones, hit the back of Diaz's head, and almost drops into the net. It would have been the most bizarre of goals. Instead, it's going to be a Leicester City corner. And they believe. The fans in the ground believe. Maddison with the in-swinging corner on this near side. Daka right on the toes of the goalkeeper Ederson. The corner whipped in. Headed away at the near post by Kevin De Bruyne, of course. And now here's the break as De Bruyne picks up on the loose pass. It's 2v1. De Bruyne going on his own. Kevin De Bruyne, is he going to go for goal? He's got support with Foden! No, and he can't reach it. He can't reach it. The ball hasn't gone out of play, though. Grealish is going to head back towards the corner flag. Tried to win a throw-in. He doesn't, and Leicester can clear the ball. But a chance for Manchester City to seal it there. The ball's helped forward, and De Bruyne is onside, is he? That's brilliant defending from Justin to hold off Kevin De Bruyne, who needs to be careful here. He's harassing the goalkeeper, which in itself should be a free kick offence. The referee allowed that to go on. It looks like it's going to be his goal that separates the two teams, and a wonderful goal it was just after the restart. Justin, though, out to Barnes. Clips it towards the edge of the area. Doesn't reach Iheanacho. He's going to break for Mendy. It's Tielemans. Clips in towards Daka. Castagna gets a deep cross in towards Barnes. Barnes being held off. Maddison picks it up, and the referee blows the full-time whistle. It's another victory for Pep Guardiola. here at the King Power Stadium. 4 wins here in succession without conceding a goal. It wasn't pretty. They dominated the ball, couldn't really fashion the chances, and they had to rely on a most wonderful free kick from their superstar Kevin De Bruyne to take all 3 points. Leicester came on late on in the game. A couple of nearly moments for former Manchester City man Iheanacho, but he couldn't find a way past Edison. The full-time score here at the King Power Stadium, it's Leicester City 0, Manchester City 1.